Clifford Coates. Well, I'll be 94 in 3 weeks' time, in Burnley, in Lancashire.
Served in the Second World War, is that right?
Yes.
And you joined up as a young chap?
Yes.
How old?
16.
16. Into the
Royal Marines.
Royal Marines.
Yeah. At Lympstone. That's where the camp is now.
Yeah,
Yes, it was
still
called
there.
Exton then. Yeah.
And we were speaking earlier, you had to go out onto Woodbury Common for
That's
summer
right.
training.
The infantry training.
Yeah. And how did you become involved in the D-Day landings and so on?
Well, that was when I was coming back from Halifax, Nova Scotia on the last trip. I went by the Marine office and I went in. I thought, oh, I'll go in and have a look. I've never been in there. On board a ship coming in North Atlantic. And we were, well, not quite at Iceland. We were getting towards Iceland. And I went in and there's the Captain Royal Marines in there. And he said, oh, how nice of you to grace us with your presence, he said. This is the first time, isn't it? And no, I said, a minute, no, you haven't. And I said, yes, I have, sir. No, you haven't, he said. And how about reading the notice board? I said, I read it every morning. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no. He said, well, I'll put it this way. He said, you go out now and read it. He said, and I'll wait for the explosion. So I went out and read it, and I'm on draft. As soon as we land at Gurrock, I've got to catch the train for Plymouth, for medical. I gets there and goes to Plymouth, goes in to see this quack, and he had 4 steps, you know, there. So I said, right, strip off, let's have a look at your legs. So I stripped off and he said, run up and down them steps, or run up and down them steps. RM Commando 1. There's your railway warrant, there's your subsistence, all bloody made out before I went in. I went to Dorking, where the camp was, where we were, and went in there, and the old man said, my God, about time, you've been on a bloody world cruise, haven't you? I said, no. He said, you have? He said, get them buggers licked into shape. He said, they've had a birthday while you've been away. Well, I said, there's others here beside me, isn't there? Yes, he said, but that's your forte, he said, and that's what I'm expecting, he said, and you've got 2 weeks to do it. Oh, I said, that seems to be fatal in my life, 2 weeks. Well, I was a corporal then.
Okay.
And so he said, you've a fortnight, get them licked into shape. He said, and what's more, you've got to go to Dartmouth, he said, to learn how to run an LCM.
Now, some of the training took place in North Devon, is that right?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah.
Where were you based then?
Well, I was based at Instow.
Instow.
I was in Instow House, and my men were over across the Tappledore up Bude Street.
And did you do landings on Instow Beach or
We
Saunton?
no, on Saunton Beach or on Westward Old Beach or wherever, any of them beaches, or up by where the power station jetty is. Yeah. They were the same texture of beach and the same type of ground. Saunton sands from the sea looked exactly like Normandy.
Yeah.
And it was, and the Yanks did the same thing. They had 2 main training areas in England. One was at Slapton, the South Hams, and here at Woolacombe. And because it was very much the same type of terrain, and it paid off.
What was the training like?
Severe.
Was it?
Yeah. At the end of the day, they'd had you were knackered, they'd had their money's worth out of you.
And live firing?
Sometimes, yes, yes.
You didn't know when?
No. But we at South Devon were always live firing. All went well, and we set off. Well, the main lads, they had to go to Warsash on the Southampton Water. And we were at Hayling Island because our landing craft were all in Langston Harbour. So the day came when they said, right, get aboard your landing craft and you've got to go up to Warsash because the old man wants you all together. He wants the big landing craft with 700 men on and the two boats for the heavy weapons, one each side, so that when he wants support, he's get it, you're there. So I said, okay, so right, off we go. This is the 6th of June, yes. We got there, and then there was a right to do. They sorted it out, and the South Lancs and East Yorks were going to be the first wave. We were going to be following it. And the Sergeant Major was having kittens. And he said, I want you all, finger on the trigger, he said, ready. He said, and when I put up a green, I want you out, straight out of them landing craft, right over the top of these bloody squaddies, he said, and take the objectives which we've got set out. Right, so that was it. So that's what we did. And of course, as soon as the spanders opened up at this blockhouse, down they go, digging in the sand. He said, there's only two on the beach, the quick and the dead. He said, and that's what you'll bloody be if you don't get moving. He said, and I'll give you a pint, he said, for the first bloke that shoves a pineapple through that slot. The pineapple's a Mills grenade. We did very well, really. I think we lost somewhere around about 20. Oh, that was a piece of cake. We'd lost a lot more than that on the Italian jobs. And,
yeah, of course, that was fierce, wasn't it?
I mean, I've had three big landings, you know, when it comes to this. We'll have the second part of the operation now because we trained for things, individual things. Right? So they said, right, A section goes to the airborne. Oh, and by the way, on your way there, you'll pass a big blockhouse, the Hillman gun emplacement. Take that out. You know, just like that. Just in passing. Yeah. And you lot, right, we're going to Douvres-la-Deliverance, where there's a big RAF, underground RAF radio location station. And so we had to take it out. And we weren't doing very well, we were stuck. And the brigadier said, you see that door down there? And I said, yes. He said, take and put that satchel on that handle, will you? I said, you must be fucking joking. He said, I don't joke. He said, I don't joke.
And I heard that you were quite brave in that situation, weren't you?
Well, I was with my men, yeah. But there, I was with another sergeant, a great friend of mine, and the RSM came down and he said, Bill, get your kit together, you're going home. And that was fatal. What am I going home for then? Well, he said, a bit of bad luck. He said, a rocket has dropped on the street where your family lives. And so he said, oh dear. So he said, you take his third stripe and you take over the unit, right? So I said, okay. So that's when I became a sergeant. And